Dr. Masangani, honorable members on the virtual platform, the Standing Committee on Finance and the Select Committee. I want, before we continue, just to get a confirmation from Dr. Mangweni and Mr. Allen if we are correcting from both houses.
Morning, Chair. Morning to honorable members. From the Select Committee on Finance, I've counted about 5 members, Chair, that are already in the platform.
We're correcting with the 5?
Yes, we have the quorum with the 5 chairperson.
Okay. As Standing Committee, Alan?
Good morning, Chair and members and colleagues. Standing Finance is currently 7, so it does correct. Thank you.
Quorum. Thank you very much. Good morning again, Chairperson Dr. Masongani, the members of the Standing Committee and the Select Committee. Welcome to our second day of the consideration and adoption of the report on the fiscal framework and revenue proposal. Yesterday, we were able to make some amendment or later corrections on the report. So as agreed today, it's a matter of looking at whether everything that was discussed yesterday has been captured and also the recommendation on the adoption of the report. Honourable members, I don't want to check if there is any apology. Can I check if there is any apology?
Hi, Chair, from the Select Committee on Finance, we did not get any apologies. And to update the information that I've already given to the committee, we have 8 members from the Select side, Chairperson. Thanks.
Thank you. Standing Committee, an apology?
Chair, the only apology from Standing Finance is Honourable Lekanyane, who's busy with the ad hoc committee. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can I get the adoption of the apologies of the member Lekanyane? Can I get an approval of the apology as been indicated on our members?
Chairperson, I propose that the apology
Yes,
will be accepted.
Yes, Honorable Khadebe, seconded by Honorable Mazibu. Thank you very much. Somebody is disturbing me on this chat. You know, people just get into the chat and write other things that we are not even aware of. Thank you, honourable members. Can we go to the introduction? Alan and Tuleko, you'll assist me if maybe there's any member that I don't see, please. On the introduction, there's a correction there of the committee held public hearing on 10 March 2026 and received a total of 31. I think this was raised by Honorable Van Rijn yesterday. I think it is corrected. Can we move? Thank you. To the ministerial political overview of the 2026 national budget. Members agreed. Overview of the 2026 national budget. Agreed. That is 3.1, 3.2, the 2026 fiscal framework and revenue proposal. 3.2 agreed. There's no hand. Page 4. I think the 3.2 overlap to page 4. And page 5 agreed. Page 6, the 3.2 and the last paragraph, risks to the fiscal outlook include lower economic growth, the poor financial condition. Page Item 4, summary of the inputs received from statutory institution. 4.1, the Financial and Fiscal Commission, FFC, the submission there. 4.11, point 11, 0.12, 0.13, 4.14, 4.2, the PBO agreed. Page 8, there's the PBO projection there up to page 8. Page 9, the key issues, that is item 10.10, the key issues raised during the public participation by the stakeholders. Page 10, we have the economic outlook, the 5.1. Then page 10, the fiscal policy and fiscal framework, 5.2. You have also the fiscal strategy, 521. The revenue estimates, 522. That is on page 11. Page 12, expenditure estimates, 523. 524, targeted and responsible savings. 525, early childhood development and parenting support. The 526, social grants and social relief of distress grants. 5.3, public debt and financing. 5.4, revenue proposal. 541, excise taxes on alcohol and tobacco and illicit trade. Page 15, 542, health promotion levy and sugar taxes. 543, proposed alternative sources of revenue. 5.5, South African Revenue Service. 5.6, other budget-related issues. Budget proposal, 561. Budget process. Apology, page 17. Page 18, 562, local government. 563, gender-based budgeting. 6, committees, observation and recommendations. I think that is one of the areas that I think our members will want to participate fully. Committees, observation and recommendations. Page 19. 6.1, economic performance and outlook. 6.3,
Chairperson.
Dr. Beck.
Chairperson, respectfully, the way the drafters reworded this section did not capture the consensus that we were happy to agree to yesterday. And without veering heavily into a long discussion on the politics,
Yes.
blindly recommending further asset allocation is not something the DA accepts or can put into a report. We already at this point have the IDC, SEDFA, unfortunately we have the Sabaya fund at the PIC, as well as a separate startup fund doing asset allocation. So in line with what we discussed yesterday, we want the ending of this paragraph to read as follows.
The 6.3.
Still 6.3, Chairperson.
Okay.
Acknowledging progress made by Operation Vulindlela, the committee recommends faster implementation of structural reforms. Full stop. And then a new sentence, and I'm going to read it now so the drafters can capture it. The committee also requests an update from National Treasury on how we can better support SMME growth, as well as the industrial sector. I'll put a copy of this text as now proposed on our WhatsApp group for ease of logistics. And that's the end of our input there, Chairperson.
Honorable Van Ryn.
Thank you, Chair.
Mm-hmm.
And a good morning to you, to yourself, and the co-chairperson and all members who are in attendance. I've looked at the report. The report seems only to be accommodating inputs that concur with the initial draft. It's not accommodating any views dissenting to this report. I'm not sure if is that done deliberately, maybe to entertain them separately, but I didn't see any attachment to this report. But the other matter is that our views of not supporting this report were eloquently and explicitly expressed yesterday. So I'm not sure why I did not accommodate it in this report, because it's immersive. The whole committee seems to be agreeing with this report, which is not a true reflection. So maybe if it's outlined, Chair, as to how our views are going to be, the views of those that of us who are dissenting. Because AFF, MK, but we are very clear yesterday that we don't support this particular report. So please clarify that, Chair.
Thanks, Honorable Des. I don't know if members can assist on that regard. My take was to say, I'm not sure, maybe at the end. Can I get a clarity, Honorable Sekwati, then Honorable Ryder?
I think as stated by Honorable Dr. Beck, we have agreed that let's start a new sentence and put those issues on the SMEs and the industrial sector as a separate note. However, Chair, in terms of whether agreeing or not agreeing, I don't think we have actually come to that stage. And when we come to the end, you will then be able to say, as we adopt the report, those that do not, then you can report. I mean, you can note that these other parties do not agree or they have reservations on the report. So I don't think it's the right time now. You can't be putting every paragraph that so and so doesn't agree, so and so doesn't agree or agrees. So I think as we come to the end of the report, then you will then put that note that so and so do not agree to the report. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable Ryder?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chair, I think that the point of a report is to get the majority of members to be in agreement with the content. There will never be full agreement. I do want to support Dr. Burke's suggested wording. I think it's appropriate in terms of exactly what was discussed yesterday. So I'd like to support that. But we're never going to find full agreement. The point is to find a report that the majority of people would agree to. I think we're very close to that position now. And with Dr. Burke's amendment, I think we'll be even closer. So I'd suggest we proceed on that basis. And then those who disagree with the report, as indicated, will have an opportunity to say so at the end. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Van Ryan.
I think it's very much unfair for our objection to the report to be reduced to yes or no. We support or not support the report. We have concrete reasons that we think should go on record as opposition parties. That the public must know why we are not supporting. And this must also go into the report. As to where you accommodate it, maybe something that you should make a determination on. But the root of the matter is that it can't be correct that we participated in a meeting and express our views different from the popular views. And then all of a sudden, those views are not accommodated anyway. Our submissions are only reduced to we support or not support the report. That's very much unfair. I mean, for us, I mean, as opposition parties. Thank you.
Honorable Lafase.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you to the colleagues on the platform. Chair, I think it needs to be explained to the latter speaker that opposition parties gets a chance, or any party gets a chance in the House, because the last step of adoption of the report is the consideration by both houses of Parliament. Therefore, the views will be captured correctly when they do their declaration or the debates in the House, because they are equally given a chance to do that. So it's not as if you are not considering, but for the sake, at the level of the committee, the majority, if they accept the report, it will be considered as accepted by the committee. If they do not accept, it will be taken as they were not accepted. But they will get their views through their declarations or their debates in the House. Thank you very much, Chair.
Dr. Masangani. Dr. Masangani.
Thank you, Chair. Colleagues in the platform. Let's check the previous reports so that we are clinical. I think the issue that Honorable Van Rooyen is raising is not for the first time. And in the previous reports, if I'm not mistaken, we did, to a certain extent, I think it's at the end of the report. I think the Secretariat and Esther and Dr. Klope can assist us quickly. You remember when the report was highly contested last time, we had to note the issues that those who did not vehemently agree to be put aside and be recorded. But before I make that assertion, I think let's get the Secretary to assist us so that we are clinical and we are not seen to be rushing. We want to accommodate everybody. At the end, the report will be adopted, but let's get the Secretariat to assist us to clarify this issue that Honorable Van Rooyen is raising. Let's not pass it before we get clarity on the from the support team chairperson, so that everybody is accommodated, so that it's not like we are ramming through because there's a sufficient majority. We don't have a problem. As I say, the report will be adopted, but all members of parliament, because they represent their constituencies, should feel accommodated. So that's my plea, Chairperson, through you, that Esther, Dr. Slope, and the Secretariat assist us with how we captured the views of those who did not agree previously. They are here to assist us. That's why they are called the support team. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dr. Masongane. Honorable Maude.
Thank you, Chair. Yes,
I don't see your hand.
Thank you, Chair. Greetings to your good self and to honorable members on the platform. I concur with the latter speaker, that we are not here, Chair, that just to edit the numbers. So it's incorrect to say that we'll debate in the House. So what's the point of us sitting in this meeting if the platform that we are supposed to voice our issues is in the House? So it's incorrect to say that. So I agree with the Votokotela Maswangani. Thank you, Chair.
I'm not sure, Honorable Van Rooyen and Honorable Ryder. Let's first allow the Secretariat content advisors to come in, then we'll note your hands. Please respect our members, unless it's something that you...
Maybe before they come in, could you please allow me to make an input that would also need their opinion?
Abegas?
I was saying, maybe if you can allow me to make an input that I think they should also give opinion on, because I think there is somehow a misunderstanding of our role as a committee versus our role as members debating in the House, you know?
Okay.
Chair, I think that's a very misplaced understanding of how we should operate as a standing committee of finance, or maybe the select committee of finance. It's wrong for us to argue that what is happening in committee should not be recorded as a separate process of a committee, because people will have an opportunity to debate in the House. That's very wrong, because it suggests that the role of those people in a committee is reduced to lesser member. They only become proper parliamentarians when they are debating in the House. And the purpose of the committee, Chair, Co-Chairperson, is to make sure that those representatives from various parties are accorded an opportunity to present their party position and view on matters discussed in the committee, to shape those before they go to the House. So there is a clear distinction between our role as members of the committee, but also as members in the plenary, you know. So I think that particular misinformation should be cleared, and hopefully our advisors must also come on board and be of assistance here, because I think people misunderstand what is expected of us in the committee and what is expected of us as we are sitting in the House. Thank you.
Honorable Van Rooyen, I think Dr. Masanga, you have clarified it fully, the same sentiment as you just alluded. Esther?
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning, members and colleagues. What happened the last time was that the different parties who did not agree with the committee, they made submissions, and then in the end, we noted those submissions. My request to Honorable Van Rooyen is that he submits his party's objections, and then we capture them so that we don't misrepresent their position. So we will put them at the end of the report. That's how I remember. That's how we dealt with this matter in the last process. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Van Ryn.
Thank you very much. You see, the support staff says we must make a submission as if we were not part of the meeting yesterday, as if we didn't say anything yesterday. I'm not sure how maybe they apply the principle of fairness here, because our submission should be coming into this draft report now, because we participated and registered those submissions yesterday. Why should we make a separate submission? I don't think we're being treated fair here, Chair. Thank you.
Honorable members, I don't think everyone's view, like the doctor have indicated, have been thrown out. And I don't want to go to a situation whereby for each and every point on the recommendation and the observation, we'll just go to say 6.2, can we vote? 6.3, can we vote? So I think it's good that honorable members will be able to raise their views in terms of the submission. In terms of the submission as indicated on this draft report. And if there is the party that does not agree with, then we'll be able to say on 6.3, the party so does not agree. Obviously, to come to the end of the report, it is going to be adopted. So I think that let's take it that way, because it means for each and every part, like section 6.3, then we'll have to draft something. There is this recommendation, then we'll write down this party so does not agree. 6.4 party so does not agree. So I think let's take in that context, our members. So I don't think we'll have to just take one by one, just go to the vote. It will not assist us. The submissions will be done, obviously, and then that will be captured as it will be presented to Parliament, to the sittings, to the two houses. 6.3, I think we are done, and there is an area of disagreement from NCOP. 6.4. 6.4, do you agree? Honorable Des?
Chair, I'm not sure which area of disagreement is the chair referring to, because I'm definitely not happy how we are being treated in this process.
Honorable Des, I think every party, like, my apologies, there's sometimes there is let me switch off my camera, please, because sometimes this light switches itself off. What I'm saying is, obviously, there will be some disagreement on other issues. So then if there is a disagreement, there is a disagreement. Unless if one party can say, we persuade you on this matter. Like, as you correctly put it, to say, no, we don't agree on this matter, and let our view be captured. And we are saying your view will be captured. I think Dr. Masongani have advised correctly as a co-chair, and since Esther came in, and we say the part of the disagreement will be captured and will be presented as it has been happening in all the houses. Thank you. Honorable Sart, then Honorable Van Ryn.
Chairperson, yeah, I don't understand what are we doing now. Yesterday, early in the meeting, Honorable Van Ryn said we're not supporting this report. And the chairperson was asked later in the meeting Honorable Van Way, you said earlier in the meeting you're not going to support this. Why you doing, inputs now? So are we going to vote? Then Honorable Van Way, at the end of the report, say, okay, we agree with that point, we agree with, and we are voting on the report. So, and at the end, a party can say, okay, we're not accepting this report, and that is our view, and that is the reasons why. But we can't have our views in each and every point, and then the end are not accepting the report. So that's why I just need clarity on how we're dealing with this thing now.
Honorable Van Rooyen.
Let me propose a way forward that will help this committee even in the future.
Okay.
As we participate, like any other member of parliament participate in these committee proceedings, the secretariat and the support staff must capture our views immediately. And those views, either the ideal is not to include them in each and every paragraph, but to, as earlier suggested by Honorable Maswangani, to have them captured as our views, confirming our opposition to the report. It can be correct that, Chair, when you look at this report, it's as if we said nothing in our meeting yesterday. This report is very quiet on the submissions, and concrete submissions, by the way, research submission for that matter, that we made to this committee. So in future, Chair, they should prepare our input separate. We can participate in a meeting, they capture submission from other participants, but they don't capture submissions from us. That's incorrect. And those submissions, not necessarily to go with each and every paragraph, must come as an annexure or an attachment to this particular report, confirming why we are opposed to this report. And that's how it should be treated, Chair. Or else, what will be our role in these meetings? Thank you.
I think the mistake maybe that you should accept, Honorable Van Rooyen, is what you said yesterday, to say, yes, we are contributing, but we are not supporting the report. You see, because each and every individual will say, but you are capturing, you want us to capture this, but you are saying you are not going to support the report. But I think we hear you. Hence, we are saying at the end the view, because the view, your view will be obviously captured as at the end to say the NCOP who didn't support the report. That's how it is. And as Esther was also advising, this is what happened last time, to say whatever view that you are saying, it can be being the attachment of saying the NCOP didn't support on this point, because we cannot just go point by point and say on this one NCOP didn't support, on this one NCOP didn't support, on this one NCOP didn't support. Honorable Sekwati.
Thanks, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, I thought we are in agreement that MKP did not support. However, Chair, there is no way, and I don't think there are any minutes anywhere in any meeting where you will be recording word for word in terms of those who did not agree. Because we are being democratic here. And we're saying views that are recorded are views of those that agreed, the majority who have agreed. And if your view was not taken, it means it falls off. So, but at the end of the report, it must be noted that MKP did not agree with the report, or do not agree, is not happy with the report, and so on. So it can be that we're going to have to, stall the meeting because we are not agreeing in terms of how we must, record the objection as if this is the first meeting of the standing committee. We have had standing committee meetings before, and opposition to what has been agreed to has been noted at the end of the report. And I don't think we should really spend so much time, dealing with a matter that as if it's for the first time that we have to really deal with such a case. So I suggest, Chair, and to Honorable my colleague there, to really agree that at the end of the report, it will be recorded that, because I don't think Honorable Van Rooyen only disagree with this paragraph. There might be many paragraphs that he doesn't agree with. So at the end, you can't put a footnote that MKP does not agree on this one, two, three. No, but they don't agree with the entire report. So I think we must just have progress, Chair. Thanks.
I think that is for the last Honorable Van Rooyen.
Maybe I should ask what Dr. Maswangani asked earlier. Our support staff must revisit how these matters were processed in the past. And I think that will also come as a surprise to DA members who are seated in this committee, because the root of the matter is that in the past, that provision of accommodating the submission from the opposition, they were proponent of it. And that was how it was done. So maybe we should urge our support staff, instead of saying we must make resubmissions after we have submitted at the beginning or in the meeting yesterday, they must go and look at how this matter was handled in the past. Thank you.
I think, yes, we have requested Esther to clarify us, and she did. She said the opposition or the disagreement on any area has been submitted, and that's how it was. She clarified, as been requested by Dr. Masongai. So I'm not sure if we want to go back and maybe discuss it further, because that was done and it was requested. Honourable members, I think I'm taking the last two hands, then we're going to move. Dr. Beck?
Thank you, Chairperson. As you say, we should move on from this point, but I want to just address a difference in level of input that I seem to be observing here. We all made complex submissions yesterday verbally, and then some of us, including the DA, sent those in writing through the course of the day to the drafters of the report. And even after that written version, we had to intervene today to make sure our version was captured. I see none of that respectfully from the MK. Have they sent their inputs through the course of yesterday? And are they able to, even if to accommodate what Honourable Van Rooyen is now suggesting, have they been able to indicate to us which paragraphs it is that they are unhappy with the content of? Because it can't simply be to shift the burden of fully comprehending all inputs to the administrative staff.
Can I check with Nkululeko and Alan in terms of the submission? Can I check what parties did submitted after our deliberation yesterday?
Aye, Chair.
Yes.
So we got the submission from Honorable Beck and Ms. Lehwase. Thanks, Chair.
Only.
That's correct, Chairperson.
So MKP didn't submit as requested.
No, Chairperson.
Thank you. Can we?
Chair, sorry, if I can just come in. I'm just sharing on screen. I'm just sharing on screen what the committees agreed to in the report on the fiscal framework of last year, Chair.
Okay.
See, having considered and then report accepted majority of the committee, rejected by MKP and EFF. And then there's a line that I'm highlighting. And then we've had written submissions from the MKP and EFF that we copied directly into the report, Chair. Thank you.
That was last year.
That's correct, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable members, I'm not going to take any hands. Can we go to 6.4?
Wow.
Madam Chair, pardon, but I'm going to raise my hand and insist that you acknowledge me, please.
Honourable members, I think we were on the issue of whether to capture the opposition's view and what is it that needs to be done, because we are not going to debate this matter. We agree that, Honourable Brett,
I don't want to debate. I just want to set the record straight, ma'am. I also submitted in writing my proposals yesterday to the administration, and they acknowledged the receipt of my submissions. So I just want to put the record straight.
Thank you. Thank you, honourable members. Please, if there is any view that is not captured here, honourable members, can that be submitted and will be read correctly on the plenary of the two houses and will be captured? I'm not going to allow any more hands except maybe members raising their views on 6.4. I think on 6.3, we have agreed. There's an apology, Honourable Bress, that your submission has been captured. The 6.4, can I check, honourable members? Dr. Beck? Dr. Beck?
All good, my side, Chair.
Abegas?
I'm covered, Chair. You can proceed. You can proceed, Chair.
6.5? $6.6. Agreed. Can I hear the voices, please? 6.6, agreed.
We will let you know if you disagree. Otherwise, you can accept it. We agree to.
Sekwati? Honorable Sekwati?
Yes, Chair. As stated, we will state it if we don't agree, Chair. If we can just proceed. Thank you.
6.7.
Comrade, it doesn't work like that. You are going to make your own process to be up for a challenge. It can't be that we keep quiet. If we want to reject, we'll reject. It's not done like that, Chairperson. They are misleading you. Ask the chair, Joe Masonganya, how it's done. So you obviously don't agree even with this process, but we're just advising. You can take the advice or leave it. But it's not done like the way they are suggesting you to.
We agree, Chair. Agreed, Chair. That would be mischievous, of course, but we agree, Chair. Thank you.
6.7.
Agreed.
Agreed. 6.7.
Agreed, Chair.
Agreed. 6.8.
Agreed, Chair.
6.9.
Agreed.
6.10.
Agreed.
6.11.
Agreed.
Agreed. Fiscal framework, revenue expenditure and debt, 6.12.
Agreed.
6.13.
Agreed.
6.14.
Agreed.
6.15. Six point 16.
Agreed, Chair.
6.17.
Agreed.
6.18. Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed.
6.19.
Agreed.
6.20.
Agreed, Chair.
6.21. 6.22. Agreed.
Agreed.
6.23. Agreed.
Agreed.
6.24. Revenue proposal and SARS. Maude.
Yeah, on this section, actually, if you look at the entire report, majority of it, it's not, it doesn't it doesn't give the authority. So for an example, the committee recommends that National Treasury should consider, and you find that repeatedly in the report. It means we're reducing this committee just to be a parliamentary advisory body, which is not what the law intends to do with this. I think we need some authoritative power to put there. That's just my observation of the whole report. But on this section, Chair, I'm just going to summarize what I think will capture all these points under revenue proposals and SARS. So the report notes the challenges of tax debt collection, including the non-performance or underperformance relative to targets and growing complexity in recoverability. Now, based on this evidence alone that is recorded here in this report, it signals that we need to then amend the fiscal framework. That's what the report says. And then if we were to amend it, our proposal would be, we include an additional 4 billion allocation to SARS, specifically earmarked for modernization, enforcement, and debt recovery. And this was the request, by the way, that was even requested by the commissioner even last year, which we did not see it materialize. But instead, National Treasury opted to then allocate this on a medium-term basis, not immediately. So I think if we were to say that National Treasury should allocate additional 4 billion rand, it will assist in the underfunding of SARS, but also in SARS not having a modernized system that is able to enforce and collect debt, or rather, do debt recovery collection much more quicker and faster. And then we'll see maybe SARS revenue going up as we saw it in this past financial year. Maybe it will double if we were to agree to add some more money. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Maude. I'm not sure because here we're talking about the pointers. I hear your inputs in terms of the SARS to assist or intervene. But I thought you'll go to like clause by clause to say you will need to put on after this clause, this is what you need to do. Unlike you are saying, you want to summarize the whole thing. I don't think it's going to assist. Can we go like the whole, as we indicated, 6.24? Then if there is any point that you want to also indicate or add at the end or in between, just indicate there to say on this paragraph, this is what you feel that you need to go. Because if you go to 6.27, there is where it says the committee encourages National Treasury and SARS to continue engagement with stakeholders in the alcohol and tobacco industries. So those are the areas that members yesterday, they were able to talk point by point. And also, Kwati?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we must take the report as reported, Chair. Thank you.
Six.
Chair.
I don't see your hand, Honorable Maude.
Okay. You want me to raise my hand or I can speak?
Raise your hand.
Okay, Chair, I'm raising my hand.
I don't see
it. So, Chair, all I'm saying is the report as it is, it has recorded all these things. But what is missing is one paragraph of saying we require or we request an additional 4 billion rand allocation to SARS. That's all.
Okay, so that is the additional paragraph that you want to be submitted.
Yes.
Then we'll submit. Thank you. 6.25. Agreed.
There is a hand, Chairperson.
Beck.
Chairperson, I just want us to be clear on this point, but I think there's actually 2 points by Honourable Moutwe. The first point is that the language should be firmed up in these reports, and so when we say things like recommend, we don't also add the word consider. So we could recommend things to Treasury, not saying we recommend that they consider, but we recommend that they do. And I think that's a valid point. The second thing that Honourable Moutwe is now proposing is that we amend the fiscal framework by adding the word should. And of course, that would need majority support from the committee. And I suspect that she does not have that majority support from the committee to amend the fiscal framework. On that point, Chairperson, the drafting staff added a clause at the very end, which I'm sure we'll get to, but it's relevant to this conversation, where they say that the committee accepts or rejects this report. It's not within the power of this committee to reject the report. It can accept or amend. And that oversight in the drafting is a bit concerning to me. But I want us to be clear that we have 2 options today in law. It's to accept this report or to amend the report. And if we intend to amend it, as Honourable Moutwe has suggested, then of course that has to go to a vote.
Dr. Beck, I think what the view of Honourable Moutwe, I indicated that is the last clause at the end, before we go for the adoption. So let's go through. Then when we go to that point, there is then that all members will come in. Please, let's not confuse ourselves in terms of the issues. I've noted the point that Honourable Moutwe is indicating. Then also members will talk to that as it will be going down, because there's no way where we can say let it go between the 6.25 or between 6.25 and 6.26. So it should be like as indicated. Her request view is that we need to be added after all these views that has been indicated. Then the members will say, do we agree or not? That's where we'll be coming in. Honourable Suisa?
No, thank you, Chairperson. I stand to beg to differ with Dr. Mala because that's the view of the EFF. So if the word should only means that it must be voted and get the majority, then it means that we are not doing what needs to be done, Chairperson, because that's that's our submission. That's what we are requesting that that National Treasury should do towards SARS. But if it says that the word should must go to a vote, when you've just explained that it's either we reject or we amend, and we are trying to amend the fiscal framework as it was presented. So what should not be the deciding issue to say that it must be voted on. It's a submission from the EFF and it should be accepted as that.
Honourable members, can we, Ngululeko and Allen, can you please pack that view and let's finalize all the pointers here. And then when we go to that part, we'll we'll also come to that, then the committee will discuss in that regard. Can I go to 6.26? Agreed?
Aye, Chair, there is a hand from Honorable Brett.
Honorable Brett, my apologies.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, yesterday, it was agreed to, when I made a submission, that there will be added a recommendation that reads, the committee recommends that SACCO payment volatility be explicitly recognized as a financial risk, given its sensitivity to revenue fluctuations and its impact on budget stability. That was sent through to administration, but I don't see that in the final report. I request that that be added because it was agreed to yesterday during the committee meeting.
Secretariat.
Chairperson, I included a paragraph in the text that's speaking to SACCO as Mr. Brett recommended. And then in the recommendations section also, there is a standalone SACCO-related recommendation. So, Mr. Brett, if that is not captured adequately, we are happy to add some more, but it's there.
Members, agreed?
I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Thank you, Chair.
Check. Check. No.
Honorable
Chair.
Honorable Maute.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll leave it there permanently. But this can't be how we run meetings. Honorable Van Rooyen raised an issue that he made inputs that are not appearing and are not catered for in the report. And majority of you colleagues, you said, no, it's a minority view. We don't put it. Now the comment just comes now. He also made submissions, but he is catered for. So which one is which? You then deal with it.
Because the majority agreed. Because majority
voted for chair.
That's why, Honorable Mote, please. That is why Honorable Brett said, I've raised a point which was agreed in the committee. There was no opposing view on that. So hence, we are saying, and I think also Honorable Sekwati, you have clarified to say, if there was no agreement on the point, then the point will be captured as a minority, and there's no way that it cannot be read as a final report. So can we, that's why I'm saying, even yourself, Honorable Mote, the point that we are taking, the paragraph that we want to include, that we're going to discuss about it there because it is a new now. It's not what was said yesterday. So it's a new part that we still, the committee, have to also say, this is the new portion, or this is the new view, and it has to be deliberated and agreed upon. There's nothing wrong. There's no trace match. 6.28, thank you. Agreed? Agreed?
Agreed. Agreed, sir.
6.29. $6.30. 6.31. 6.32. Agreed. 6.31.
Agreed.
6.31. Agreed. I see there's a lot of, yeah, okay. 6.32. 6.33. 6.34. Other budget-related issues.
Yeah, Chair.
There's
There's a person in this meeting of yours who drops my hand. I don't know who's that person.
Can you drink water?
I'm going to say you don't see my hand. You are going to tell me you don't see my hand. Anyway, on 6.34, again, I'm going to just summarize that in this section, Chair, the report explicitly states that local government receives less than 10% of nationally raised revenue. That's what the report says. And it acknowledges some structural weaknesses in municipal finances. And that should call for us to amend the fiscal framework. Dr. Beck said we've got two choices. We accept or we amend. We don't reject. Sorry, you don't recommend, right? So if we all agree that the allocation for local government is receiving less than 10%, and it's not adequate. I mean, look at the ESCOM debt of approximately 95 billion owed by municipalities. It's just not a simple government issue, Chair. It's a fiscal design failure. Municipalities are increasingly relying on levies and tariffs to sustain operations. So why are we not, at least on this one, agreeing that we seek an additional 2 to 5% increase? So move from 10% to 15%. And this is also in line with what the stakeholders presented when they came before us. So are we putting a blind eye on them? Are we not listening to them? Even when the outcry is there that you can see, AGSA report says the same thing. So why are we not amending this fiscal framework and ask for an increase of 15% to be allocated for local government? That's our submission, Chair. That amendment must precede the finalization of the division of revenue bill so that we can have functional municipalities that are at the forefront of service delivery, being enabled to deliver services to our people. You come from a municipality that has collapsed away now yourself. So let's empower the municipalities, Chair. That's not our submission. Thank you.
Don't personalize. I don't personalize. I'm not in the municipality. Members, I don't think it's Honorable Beck, Dr. Beck, who says it's either you accept or you reject. Honorable, do you remember you're the one on the budget? We were having that the document, the constitution says clearly what needs to be done, and immediately it seems it says when you amend, obviously after 2 days or 48 hours, then you need to go back and as a committee for review, they call the minister. So I don't think it should be like it's Dr. Beck's responses or Dr. Beck's view. No, Dr. Beck is tweaking law. This is what will happen. So hence he says for the committee members, they are saying the issue of amend is not their view. So we have views to say we amend and it is upon this committee to decide. And we are not yet at the stage. Honorable Sekwati.
Thank you, Chair. You have just said or stated what I was going to say, that we are not amending any report. And Chair, it's interesting that Honorable Mautwe wants us to do something that she is not even going to support her own suggestion. So let's proceed, Chair. Thank you.
Chair, you see now, Chair. We want to support the budget, but we are saying, let's amend it. We want to support it. We need to support it. What else are we here for?
Let's put that on hold to the end, and you will get the responses from members whether to accept or to amend. Can we go to 6.35? Agreed?
Agreed.
6.36. 6.37.
Agree, Chair.
Okay. The committee appreciates all input received on the 2026 fiscal framework and revenue proposal during the public participation process. The committee knows progress made by National Treasury and SARS in continuously engaging with the stakeholders to find practical solutions to the issues raised and recommendations made. The committee notes continued concern from stakeholders about the adequacy of time and space for meaningful deliberation within parliamentary money bills process. I think this is part that all our members have been talking about to say the report is further says the National Treasury acknowledge and it knows the progress made and it also will further continue to engage with the stakeholders. Honourable members, can I see, and having considered the 2026 fiscal framework and revenue proposal, the select committee and standing committee on fiscal will accept or reject the fiscal framework. Now, this is the part that we need to separate. I'm now going to only allow honourable members of the select committee to point. Dr. Masangani? I think I'm on the right direction. Then after we are done with the process of the select committee, then honourable members of the select committee will leave the platform and the standing committee will stay behind.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah, you are on the right direction.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think we are now only allowing the honourable members from the Select Committee on Finance to indicate if they accept or amend. Just remove the reject, the amend the 2026 fiscal framework and revenue proposal. Can I see the hand of honourable members? Honourable Hadebe? Honourable Hadebe?
Thank you, Honourable Chairperson. Thank you, Honourable Chairperson. As the member of Select Committee, we accept the fiscal framework. We don't endorse the amendment. We accept it. Thank you, Chair.
Accept. Accept. Honourable Press?
I accept.
Accept. Honourable Sivisa?
Amend, Chair.
Amend. Honourable Lekwase?
Accept, Chair.
Accept. Honourable Ryder?
Well done. Thank you. Yes, accept, Chair.
Honourable Ryder? Honourable Swart?
Aanvaar. Accept.
Swart. Majola?
Our amendment will be submitted after the meeting, Madam Chair.
Okay, Majola amend. Okay. All members, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with myself, accept, and the EFF and the NKP amend. Honourable Sivisa, please, can you mute? Thank you. The 6 members of the committee then accept the report and the consideration of the 2026 fiscal framework and revenue proposal. And the EFF and the NKP amend. Thank you, honourable members, and that brings us to the end of our meeting. Can all the members of the Select Committee of Finance leave the platform? And thanks very much, Dr. Masangani and the members of the Standing Committee. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Honorable Ndlovu and colleagues from the NCOP. Thanks very much. I'm here. I'm not a robot. The meeting is not chaired by a robot. It's chaired by a human being. Alan, can we verify the quorum?
We suspect it, you are AI chair.
I'm not like Netanyahu, who was holding a cup of coffee. There are stories about it. Wambona.
Kyawubona chair. Chair.
Waiona drama ile kwa Israel ya mood. Alan, do we have the quorum? Butle?
Yes, Chair. Last count, it was 10 members of the Standing Committee on Finance. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thanks very much. We do it differently here from the upper house. Here we get a mover for the adoption, then a seconder, then get those who don't accept, and then we record as we have done before in the report the key issues that they are raising. So we'll make sure that we're meticulous. And after this meeting, the team and myself will make sure that there's a quality assurance of the report that will be submitted. A mover for the acceptance of the report, Honorable Beasley.
Chair, I move that the report be adopted.
Thanks, Honorable Beasley. Move for the report to be adopted. Any seconder? Honorable Squad.
Thanks, Chair. I second the adoption of the report. Thank you.
Honorable Squad, second adoption. Any different view?
Chair, please note the objection of the EFF.
We note the objection of the EFF and will record appropriately. Honorable Van Rooyen.
Thank you, Chair. We, as NCOP party, we recommend that this committee must amend this fiscal framework. And I'm not sure, Chair, if we are sticking to what was resolved by majority in the previous meeting, where it was argued that we should submit our reasons for objection outside this process, because that's exactly what it means. If our objections were not recorded yesterday and they don't reflect in today's minutes, it suggests that we have to subject them separately, and they are not going to be subjected to this process. Because if we submit them after this meeting, when are they going to go through this process? So definitely, Chair, we recommend that this committee must amend this fiscal framework and allow us to make our submissions as to why we think this fiscal framework must be amended. Thank you, Chair.
We'll go into the record, Honorable Van Rooyen, and check the issues that you have raised and record them appropriately. We are not going to embark on another exercise. You'll remember even last year, we did that. We recorded those issues that you raised prominently, and they were there in the report. And we'll do the same. By the time the report is 80 seat, those issues that you raise sharply will be recorded. Are we agreed? I see you are coming back, Honorable Van Rooyen.
Oh, I hope I will be given, our party will be given a chance to effect corrections whenever, before the report is ATC. just to make sure that our views are properly captured, Chair.
Please submit what you think are the issues that you are objecting, and we check that with what we have recorded. Then we'll make sure that the report correctly articulate the views of the majority and the views of those who don't accept. We'll do that professionally. So the report has been accepted. Dr. Begg, are you objecting?
Not objecting, Chair. I'm not usually a stickler for detail, but this is an important thing to get right. What we've now done is we've said we are moving to adopt the report, which is fine. We just must also be very explicit that when we say we move to adopt the report, the version of the report that accepts the fiscal framework is what we are moving to adopt. Otherwise, we must say that we accept the fiscal framework and put that to a vote. My understanding from what you've now said and the process that you've led, Chair, is that you are moving to adopt a version of the report that has the explicit line in there that the Standing Committee of Finance accepts the fiscal framework. If you can confirm that is the way you've articulated and put it to a... That's the end of my submission, Chair.
No, okay. Alan, last year we had the two way of doing things. Can you please remind me so that we do things appropriately?
Yeah.
And follow the legal prescripts.
Yeah.
Before Mautwe rushes to the Western Cape High Court.
With Dr. Beck.
Alan.
She'll only follow us there, Chair.
No. We were before you. You just that you arrived before us, but you were following us.
Alan, are you there? And Dr.
Yes,
Zakel.
Yes, Chair, thank you. As the committee does with all reports on legislation or anything, the committee moves and second the report and what the report aims to achieve. So in this case, it would be to accept the fiscal framework. So if the committee can also just have a move and a seconder for accepting the fiscal framework. Thanks, Chair.
Okay. Let's do that. Can a member of this committee move to accept the fiscal framework? Honorable Squatty, and I see Honorable Squatty.
Thanks, Chair. I move to accept the fiscal framework. Thank you.
Honorable Squatty moves to accept. Honorable Beasley.
And Chair, I move to second the acceptance of the fiscal framework. Thank you.
Honorable Beasley, second. Honorable Mautwe.
Thank you, Chair. By the way, this is what we're doing. It was supposed to be the first thing that we do before we even go to the report. But we'll lecture each other one day, Chair. Chair, we obviously call for the amendment of the fiscal framework, and I need to briefly, just 2 seconds, give reasons so that they can be also recorded. That, Chair, given the evidence presented through the report that the committee just adopted now, it talks of low growth, high unemployment, underfunded municipalities, insufficient revenue capacity. Those 4 aspects for me should actually compel all of us to say, let's amend the fiscal framework. I think there's just a fear of what will happen when we amend. And we're not saying we're changing the political overview of the minister, but we are just saying, let's point on issues that needs to be just amended. It's a 2-day thing. And I think maybe we need to start workshopping each other now for the next budget so that maybe we can find each other. I feel that the colleagues feel that the minister will not have enough time to then table this. And last year we had to adopt the budget in July because of things like this. So it is our view that based on these 4 issues that we've placed, let's amend the fiscal framework. And that is what we're asking for, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Please assist us to submit those issues so that we record them, that you don't accept the report because of the following. So put them in writing.
Copy, Chair. We'll send to Alan. Copy.
Okay. Thanks very much. Honorable Van Rijn. Honorable Van Rijn.
Indeed, Chair, we support the call for this committee to amend this fiscal framework. We have almost 6 reasons as to why we think this committee must amend this fiscal framework. They range from, the details will be submitted to the secretary, but I must indicate that they range from, of course, the growth trajectory, which in our take we think is in a stagnation mode as we speak. And South Africa doesn't need a stagnation mode growth trajectory to address the challenges of unemployment, inequality, and poverty. And it goes also to how silent is this fiscal framework in responding to the realities of today's global economic landscape. It's very clear that this fiscal framework is not going to take us any closer to position our country to respond adequately to the shifting geopolitical dynamics that, of course, each and every country as we speak is obsessed with and seized with the country's position to deal with these shifting dynamics. And unfortunately, this fiscal framework is very, very quiet, extremely quiet about the country's response or how we are going to manage our finances in response to or dealing with cushioning the impact of these global changes on our people. Unfortunately, as NK Party, we find ourselves in a position where we can accept this fiscal framework because it's not providing any solutions, to the challenges that the country is facing now. Hence, we call for the fiscal framework to be amended so as it becomes relevant, but also it becomes responsive to the realities of today's world. We will, of course, submit to the committee secretary the details of the points that compel us to call for the framework to be amended. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Van Rijn. Please assist in submitting those issues so that they are properly captured, that by the time we ATC the report should reflect the views of the majority and the views of the minority. Thanks very much, honorable members. Are there announcements? Secretariat, do we have announcements?
No announcements, Chair. Just meetings next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll submit or send the agenda items sometime tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks very much, honorable members, the support team. I think the report is being debated next week in the National Assembly. Thanks very much. And the officials from National Treasury, from SARS and other entities, I'm not sure if PBO is here, FFC and all the other entities that participated in this process. Departments and SARS, as I've said, your views and your assistance in processing this report is highly acknowledged. Thanks very much. The meeting is adjourned. Thanks, colleagues.
Long live the chair. Thank you.